grin and bear it. No one seems able to tell when they release this spell. Big lies say it's time to rebel, but things are not going well.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Hey, that's me. I'm up at the bats. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the folks around the globes in the various time zones. By now, you know you're logged on to Win FM 98.9. My name is Socrates, and we're getting locked and loaded for another presentation of voices here in the Sun Complex. That's where we're located. We're downtown Bastia in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. And it's overcast and cloudy outside. It's just another beautiful day in paradise. Welcome one and all to another presentation. As we say, actually, we need to pause to give credit to our sponsors. We did that just now. Okay, we're going to pause and give credit to our sponsors and come back and say hi, hello, and how do they do to all the folks out there who makes this show possible. See you in a minute.
TDC Financial Services, we're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services, we are strong. TDC Financial Services, this is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Once again, good morning and welcome to another presentation of Voices. Let me say hi, hello, and good morning to all the folks up there. Rosemary up in New York, Dr. Sweeney, Dr. Leader, Eustace Hendrickson, Mr. Val Monish and family, Mr. Derek Vifrate's sister, Sylvian Henry, Culture, Carl Brown, Gregory, Africa, the whole crew who, what I call members of the fan base of Voices. And of course, it's Carnival season. Today is the 1st of November. And we started with 2 tracks prior to the start of the show. One was done by Lord Payne, and his song was called, what, Saltfish and Dumpling? We're going to have fun with that for the season. And I want to say congratulations to him, having started his own Calypso 10, so that's great. And we played Things Are Not Going Well by Lady Currents. She's with the Legends Tent. And for those who are asking about when will the tents be launched, I wanted to have a word with the director of Carnival before he got here. Monarch. I was unable to get that confirmation, but after the show today, I'll reach out to him and get, the schedule as to exactly when. But I think the tents, the bands are ready. The Calypsonians are mainly well rehearsed. We have 2 more rounds of rehearsals for those from Nevis who came down on Monday to the bandhouse, etc. But I think we should be ready by the weekend. Don't quote me on that. Let me get that affirmation from Monarch first, Mr. Clement Ogaro, the director of Carnival, before I make it official. All right. To the traveling public, the road users, I want to put this out there. Before I left home, somebody sent me a clip of what was purportedly a river in Old Road that was flowing so ferociously it would be impassable for vehicular traffic. And I'm thinking I might have to call Jamster and say, well, I can't make it up today. It's so realistic, but I'm trying to identify and recognize where exactly in Old Road. So you can have that river overflowing in that torrential force into the streets. And I couldn't identify it. But it was so realistic, and it claimed to be from a certain publication, which you would normally accept. In driving up and through Old Road, let me go local, nothing at all goes so. Nothing of the sort. Now, there's another clip of, I would say, rock slide up at the southeastern peninsula. It seems to be just as you pass Timothy Hill. I've not gone there to confirm it or not. That's like the one in Olo, seemed very realistic. It may very well be so. But for those road users who may have seen that, you would have to be careful when you're traveling, because you may see something and figure, well, it's not real, and find it's not real, and then you turn a corner and find there's a real incident, so you have to be careful. And not everything you see on the internet, on the streams, we should take for granted. So I just want to put that out there. 2 days ago, figure me things are real? Okay, I've not been over there. Okay, cool. I was over at the Park Heights last night, and I came in. The roads were very good. We went to that State of the Industry put on by Tourism Department. It was very well attended, very good. I'll speak more about it later on. 2 days ago, we of the taxi fraternity lost another member. In the person of Mr. Raphael Archibald, I would say he passed suddenly, and he would make the 11th taxi driver operator for the year. 11. Scooby-Doo being number 10, Mr. Raphael Libert passed suddenly. People were shocked because this very same day in the afternoon, he was over at the Frigate Bay taxi stand playing dominoes as usual with the other members of the taxi fraternity. On his way home, their people said he passed them on the road and he waved. Within a matter of 4 hours, we had the reports. So I'm extending condolences to his family, his friends, his inner circle, and all those who know him, generally from the taxi fraternity, on the sad passing of Mr. Raphael Libert. Now, there's an article I saw this morning on the way in saying goodbye to Pinders. Did you know he passed?
Yeah, when I came to work
this morning?
Yeah, he was prostrate there
on the street
sidewalk. Yeah,
this morning.
Yeah,
wow.
This morning, and that was like 7:30 or so.
Early this morning, you passed him prostrate on the street.
And some of the workers from upstairs were actually standing there. Actually, I didn't notice. My wife gave me a lift down, right? She was driving and she said, "That's Pinder there." I said, "Oh, I didn't even notice." And then when I got out the car, the police car, just happened, the police car came at the same time.
There's somebody who sent, they remarked an article that people should care more about people while they're yet alive and not just wish them the best after they're gone. And I've looked at that situation. His name is George Alexander, Austin George Alexander Pinders. I've been happy to interact with him over the many years.
Pinders is his actual surname?
I don't think so. I think that was a nickname. I know it to be George Alexander, but I'm seeing Austin Pinders. The fact is, I've had discussion with many persons because there are two other persons who we see in that situation who we drive by every day and don't see. Not to blow any horn on my horn, but I've taken the time out to assist him. And there are persons who will tell me, well, he don't need this, he don't need that, etc. It didn't bother me at all. But I've always looked at that and studied that. The kind of society that becomes immune and numb and very accepting to these things. And some made the jokes to look at COVID and all the various this and that he just survived, but being a human being, not getting empathy while you're yet alive. I think it's really hypocritical when you pass, especially in that situation, and everybody remembers, I just saw him a couple of days ago, and they just stopped. Try to assist the man. No, but it's part of what we've come to accept as normal. So, as in his case, to his family, his friends, his loved ones, I would also extend my condolences. And you send me a picture of him. Okay, we got some good morning. We can confirm the deceased was commonly known as Pinders. At this time, cause of death is unknown. We'll provide that update once the info becomes available. And this is from the police. I have a clip of what seems to be flooding areas over in the Frigate Bay. Okay, I'll look at that during one of the breaks, etc. And then we come to the passing of Mr. Let me see, you can find that article. Mr. Daniel over in Nevis. And it says, Nevis mourns the sudden loss of the esteemed social activist, Mr. Hastings Daniels. Did you know that he also passed?
Yeah, I saw that this morning, actually.
Okay. So these things happen all of a sudden. And we seem shocked because it's the unexpected, but you have to expect the unexpected. But against that backdrop, we want to also send condolences to all the families who have lost loved ones. It's the first day of November. It's shocking news to wake up to. In the case of Mr. Daniel, I'm told that he's lost his wife just about a month ago. One of those situations. But as we say, may his soul rest in peace. Carnival is in the air. As I was saying, I wanted to be able to speak to the opening of the Calypso tents. I didn't get a confirmation from the director of Carnival because even though in former times the tents have been like private events, there is a collaboration being crafted between the Carnival committee and the tent managers so that we can be able to bring more of a variety to the public. Various locations are being discussed. I've been getting calls from a lot of people who've shown an interest from Keon, from Sandy Point, other locations around the city as to how soon and where and how to go about getting Calypso tents. So that's happening. We had over the past week 3 and 4 large cruise ships in port, which signals the start of the 2024 cruise ship season. Today officially is the start of the 2024 cruise ship season. And yesterday it was too much rain for any real activity. But one of the largest ships was in port, but the rain put a damper on things. And so we have a smaller vessel today. I think one is going to Nevis. Tomorrow there's another one. So officially the cruise ship season has started. And We are very happy with that, looking forward to good things. Last night I attended over at the Park Hyatt the State of the Industry cocktail. There were presentations by various stakeholders, from the hoteliers, from airline executive, from cruise ship executive, and of course they had the CEO of tourism, her deputy, and the minister. They all made presentations as to what this new season portends, changes, things in terms of innovations that can be applied to better enhance and market our brand. Very impressive, very informative. As a matter of fact, I've mentioned during my last stop here that the tourism authorities have partnered with the cruise executive of one of the major cruise lines, Carnival to be precise. And the gentleman claimed that the Carnival, is the owner of at least 9 different cruise lines. They're the owner. 8 visits the region, St. Kitts. 1 goes to I think Australia or the Mediterranean. But these, like the Holland lines, etc., they're all now owned by Carnival. And so there was an interview that was arranged between the stakeholders, the vendors, tour operators with the executive of Carnival. I was in one of those meetings attending. So we get to shoot our tours directly to these persons. Normally, you have to travel to a situate, like in Miami, etc. You look in the cost of registering your spot. You have to register. You have to pay for that registration. You have to secure a travel, accommodations, etc. And there are no guarantees, because I'm told you have 50 minutes to sell your product to the various cruise lines. This was an option that for the very first time has been offered to the stakeholders here in St. Kitts Nevis, where you actually sat and you explained, you try to sell your tours, and the emphasis has been on new options. The same tours that has been attracting millions for years needs to be upgraded. You have folks who return and they want to do a tour, but it's the same one they did 3, 4, 5 years ago. So innovations, new tours were presented, and I think the reception was great. I think the possibilities are endless. I'm hoping that we can get... Now, somebody said to me, well, why are you going on? Because they won't be active until next season. The fact is you have to get your feet in the door at this point in time, so that when they start planning for the next season, you'll be part of that conversation. So insurance is one of the factors you must have. Internationally recognized insurance. There's a cost for that. Your website. And they were very helpful in letting us know exactly what is required. Once you meet this requirement, you're in the not only the ballpark, you're at the table. And as I said, for the very longest while, we've had the outcry from the taxi fraternity. We're not very well represented. We're not getting the work. This is taking the work. Now we have a chance to go and get some of that work ourselves. It is 19 minutes past the 11 o'clock hour. And at this point, I'll pause for a station break as we give credit to our sponsors.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
From the time that you taste it, man, you know that it's greatness. Some ice in your cup, tell your friends link up. You know that we liming. Signal the bartender. No, we don't need chaser. But if you want, it could mix with anything. We drinking Stones ginger wine, the original ginger wine. We drinking like I say, Stones ginger wine. Greatness is forever.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
Give
Give your little smarty the perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the child investment plan from TDC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
CHIP, CHIP, CHIP. We want to get CHIP, CHIP, CHIP.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want CHIP. I want CHIP too.
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the child investment plan, providing the best head start for every child.
CHIP, CHIP, CHIP. We want to get CHIP, CHIP, CHIP.
Conspiracy against the poor and the needy, by the powerful and mighty, to keep the poor in poverty. Just look at their policies, clearly designed to squeeze and keep poor people on their knees, so we can get and eat. They keep raising the price of food and utilities, and before they should, they won't raise our salary. Why is life getting harder and harder? Why is poor people still catching hell? Lord, put a hand, for things are not going well. And if you dare to speak your mind, you could be sent home at the same time. Knowing your job is on the line, you have to grin and bear it. As a single mother with mouth to feed, I have to see to my children's needs. Though it causes my heart to bleed, I grin and bear it. Things are not going well. When them big life is catching hell. Though he said he won't be compelled to grin and bear it. No one seems able to tell when they release this spell. Big lies say it's time to rebel, but things are not going well. I pray for the Lord to show me the way before taking up my cross to face another day. My rent is now overdue.
Waiting on the little susu, a jamster. Somebody sent me a note here says, hi son, well, it's the same jamster, hi handsome with a sexy voice. Is you? Bag of sugar.
Has to be you.
We also want to say good morning to Miss Brenda O'Neill. She's also logged on, of course. Very important friend of the Federation. We'll talk more about her iterations in a moment. But we have with us, we were just joined in the studios by Mr. Henville, a taxi operator. And we met a while ago in the circus. I am aware of a grievance that he's been had for some time. And he asks about the number. He wanted to be able to air his grievance publicly, trying to get some results to a long ongoing problem. I invited him to say, come to the studio. And I'm very much impressed and I'm surprised that he's here. I want to say to Mr. Abraham Henville, welcome to the studios of NFM.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay, well, you know, Mr. Socrates, we don't have to go with the whole Mr. Hodge extension. But I've known you for many, many, many years in the taxi business, and I want to say that I've watched you grow, and there's a lot of respect I have for you, how you operated, and I've established yourself in this industry. Now you're here, and you have an issue you want to discuss with the public. What can you tell us?
Well, good morning to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis and beyond. As Mr. Socrates said, my name is Trevor Henville. I am a taxi driver, bona fide taxi operator. Now, the reason why I'm here this morning, because of some grievances that I have. I was called when the Coney Island came here, and the cabinet secretary, he rang my phone. He told me that he have a job for me. So the job was to move the Coney Island officials. He told me that I will assigned to them.
As a driver to transport the officials for Coney Island?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did. There was so long hours, sometime from 7 in the morning until all like 9 nightly before the Coney Island actually began, because you know that they have to install the.
So you were assigned as the main means of transportation sometime from 7 in the morning throughout the day till late at night?
Yes.
So your pressure should be big, man.
Well, yes, because you know that, well, there is nothing else that I could have done within that time. And you know that I have to be paid by the hourly rate.
Hourly rate, okay.
It was agreed.
They agreed today on the terms, the hourly rates?
Yes.
Agreed? Okay.
Yes. After that, I get a payment from them, and the young lady see that, well, some hours was, it was...
Unaccounted for?
No, the hours was high, as she said.
Oh, the bill was high based on the hours that you put in?
Yes.
She thought that the bill was high?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, she told me that, well, she think that she's going to revisit it.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever they need me, they're going to call me. And it changed to that. They paid me some money for the first week I work. And after that, nothing else.
What was your understanding, just for the public to get clear? Were you supposed to submit your bill at the end of it or weekly?
Weekly.
So the first week you submitted your bill.
Yes.
And she thought that the bill was high?
Yes.
But they paid you?
They paid me. And after that now, when I continue to work the rest of the time, for the next few weeks, I submit a bill weekly.
Weekly, as was agreed to?
Yes. And I am still waiting. Everybody already get paid. And when I go there, because it came from the Prime Minister's office, I go there several times, and
to speak to who you spoke when you go there. Who do you speak with?
To Miss Miss Veer Galloway, the lady, the Prime Minister's secretary, and she is telling me that they're working on it. They're looking funds. They have to look funds from finance to pay.
Yeah, it all has to be approved from finance, but the requisition must go in from them.
That's right. And it seemed like no one really trying to really help me, because, this is what I'm depending on.
That's your livelihood.
That's
and
my
we're just coming
livelihood.
off the off-season.
Exactly.
Did they give you a time frame as to when, or they have you waiting on a maybe?
Well, they said they cannot say when finance give them the
Will approve it.
Yes. And it is very much disturbing to me, because, I have to eat. I have to pay my bills. I have my family to maintain. And what I had put aside, I had to end up use it for gasoline.
The reserve, yeah?
Yes. So, I went there last week, and I went to talk to the same lady, Veer, and it was a whole ring around. You know, instead of some people that works at the Prime Minister's office try to really disrespect me. You have to wait. When we're ready, we're going to pay you. You know, and I was very much disturbed about it. Till I had was to really, you know, talk my mind up there.
They went on bad?
Yes. When I looked down, a police came up and he told me that he heard that I up here behaving, you know, bad. And I tell him, it's for my rights because I don't already work and I want my money. You know, the Prime Minister called me on the phone. And he spoke to me. He told me that he's going to deal with it, that they can pay me the money.
Which was when?
That was last week Friday.
Last week Friday?
And up to now, they can't give me all my money as yet. You know, I still got to go to I went this morning to a
I saw you. You said you're going to go there first before you would come here.
Yes.
So you went there. What happened this morning?
And they're telling me that I have to bring back the copy of the invoices them. So that means they are lost. To me, they are lost. They can't find
You would have submitted your invoices every week.
It is here, Mr. Hadj. And
you have the receipt book?
Yes, they are numbered. And I will pass it to you that you can see and you can really let the people.
This one is dated the 28th. No, date, what's it, 28th
No.
or the 5th?
Yes, it's from 1, 2, 3, yeah, go on.
Oh,
go
yeah,
on.
yes, this, I see 2, 3, and 8.
Yeah.
That's showing. Okay, First Federal, okay, that's the company.
Yeah.
But providing transportation service for Whistle Stop?
No.
This is a different one. You're making money from the government, man.
This is it.
So you drove for the Whistle Stop too? They have you up on speed dial?
Yeah. Okay. You begin from here.
All
so
right.
you just go on accordingly. Those are something
Office of the Prime Minister, Bastille St. Kitts, and the number. Celebrity Tours, and you have your number, Shadwell, that's your address. And it says transportation of Thomas Zepho. Who's Zepho?
That's the owner for Coney Island.
Okay. Amusement park on the following dates on the listed: September 6th, 2024, September 7th, 8th, and 9th. You have 5 hours at $40 an hour. That's $540. That is, sorry. You have 13 hours at 40. Man, that's 1,000. You're making money, man. Why is the things are going well? Then you have September 9th, and you have another 13-hour stint at 40 hours. Yeah, okay. And you have a total of $4,752. And, of course, you would have, this is the copy of the invoice that you presented.
Yeah, and you go over. You have more.
You have more still?
Yeah, you have more.
What the hell is this I see here, man?
Just go accordingly.
Coney Island should come back again next week then?
Well.
Okay, we have September 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. Fella. And, well, you have your receipts, you have your records. The communication is the problem.
Yeah.
You said when you took in the first invoice, the lady thought it was high.
Yeah.
Did they ask you, did you have any discussion that you will adjust it downwards because you're getting volume?
No.
No. So they allow you to continue to work
with
the same understanding that you're being paid by the hourly rate of $40 an hour.
That's right.
And this is what currency?
EC.
Eastern Caribbean, because normally when we work on the port, it's $40 US per hour. So you're doing actually 15 US per hour? Okay. I can understand that. So they got a discount. They got a discount.
I deal with them.
Yeah, I appreciate that because you're getting volume and you work with them and, well, when they call you to do the transportation, whistle stops, etc. The problem seems to be communication and disrespect.
Exactly.
Because if there's a problem, you keep going to them. They have to find some way to let you know, okay, give us a chance to sort this out. I think you said that was done.
Yeah.
But every time you go back to them, there's a different attitude and,
If I can't wait, for money that I done already work for.
This was September, right?
Yeah.
We now, well, it's the 1st of November. I'm not sure because I did a job for somebody last week.
Mm-hmm.
And the person chose to pay me himself because it was a government job.
Mm-hmm.
He said to me, I don't want you to wait for a whole month because you know how government operates. You have to go to the treasury and this and that. So he paid me cash up front because he knew it would be a frustration at times to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about the communication, the conversation, the understanding. You would have served them as a client. You would have used a taxi service. And based on the trips, you're taking money from your pocket to buy gas.
Exactly.
That's the operational cost.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, having indicated in the first place that the bill might have been high, they're not having that conversation with you, or maybe they had, and there was agreement to continue. But if you're taking in your invoices weekly, week after week after week, so you got paid once or twice?
I got paid twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
And the larger sums, which would be the ones with 13 hours,
yeah,
those are the ones that you're not being paid on?
Yes, he have a couple there with 13 hours still.
Okay.
Yeah.
This morning discussion was what? What happened this morning when you went there?
This morning when I went there, I spoke to one of the officials, and he called, and the lady, he said that the lady told him from the Prime Minister's office that they are looking into it. But he asks a question, and that was a key question that he asked. So can you tell the young man
Gentleman, yeah,
when to expect the rest of his payment?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a pause.
There was a pause there.
Yeah, that was a pause there.
Mm-hmm.
All what I was told to get the copy of the invoices.
But you have them.
And bring them back to them.
But you have them.
It seems as though that
clearly.
The rest, the originally copies that I gave to them before, it seems as though that they are missing in action.
So if they're at this point in time asking you to bring back the copies of the invoices that you submitted way back when, there's an indicator that they can't find them. And that is why you have the delay.
Yeah.
That's the safest you say. They can't find them, they misplace them. But it's a communication, a lack thereof.
That's right.
So the understanding is that once you take this back to them, they'll be able to sort it out within a reasonable period of time?
Well, I hope so. I hope so because...
So you took back your copies?
I'm going to take them back.
Oh,
but I choose to come here because, it's a ring around Socrates. I feel stressed out because nobody seems to really want to. Everybody got me like a laughing stock. Instead of those ladies that work down there at the front desk, they're very much disrespectful. Why harassing the government for? You know what I mean? For money that I own.
Let's see, that's harassing the government.
Yeah.
For you having put in your long hours working.
Nobody seems to understand that.
I mentioned this morning, and this is not part of what Raphael passed recently.
Mm-hmm.
We had a discussion some time ago about the health and about people who sit behind a desk all day, who drive for a living, and they don't take the time out to exercise. I've seen guys at the taxi stand, and you can tell anybody, I no longer work at the taxi stand, those long hours sitting waiting on a job. You're not eating healthily. You're eating off the road, etc. This impacts your health. So people don't take these things into consideration, the hours that you put in. Unless your wife's in a nice platter of food so you can eat healthily, it's a risk.
That's right.
And so many of us, like I was saying to Jamster this morning, Raphael made 11 taxi operator for the year. 11 who passed. Right? And one has to take into account the time that you put in, the long hours.
That's right.
Nobody appreciates that.
Nobody.
So I can understand your frustration. I've heard you over a month ago in the circus
Yeah.
complaining. And we try to laugh at her because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We say, well, you was one of them, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
business-wise, that's not how it works.
Exactly.
That's not how it works. So they have to give you undertaking as to when. If they ask you to bring back the copies of the receipt, you have them with you, you're on your way there. They need to, and sometimes when you go public, you know, you get better results.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes when you go public, you get better results because people then take you seriously. Somebody going to pick up a phone and make a call.
Yeah.
Here, why on the radio, this and that and that and that. This is an embarrassment to them, but sometimes it's not the man at the top. They're the functionaries below who form the fool.
Exactly.
And they have to represent their office. Mr. Henville, this is the situation. Give us until X time. At X time, if you don't receive a phone call, you have to go and find out what's going on.
That's true.
They need to be able to say to you, we're having difficulties, please be with us, we apologize, etc. That kind of discussion makes a big difference.
Exactly.
But if you can't wait,
yeah.
oh, that's the wrong language to tell someone, you come for my money. If you can't wait.
Like a begging me way.
No, that's not right. And I'm hoping that this interview can go along with in assisting you to get a settlement because, as I say, we have to maintain our vehicles.
Exactly.
We have to. I know about gas. I know the cost of fuel. I mean, use diesel, etc., coming up every day, and it's costly. And when you finish working, you don't start to count your money.
Exactly.
I know you're a family man. You have kids, etc., etc. We all have our investments.
Mm-hmm.
I can only hope that this helps you in getting this thing settled as soon as possible.
I will.
Right?
I will hope so too. That it will, because it is long overdue, and I need my money.
I can empathize with you, and I say I've respected the way you've handled your business over the years. So I know you're one of the serious persons in the industry. You came armed with your receipt books. You gave them the invoices, etc. Everything was written up properly. Shouldn't be a problem.
Exactly.
You know. So I'm happy you came to be able to share your story here on Win FM. There will be some people telling you had a call on radio and this and that and that, but is who feeling hurt, you know?
It's me in the kitchen now. And I have to make noise for what I already really work for.
I don't think this was your first reaction because it's been months to September.
Exactly.
Whole of October, you're going there. I've heard you in the circus. I've heard other taxi drivers speaking about the fact that you had issues, and I've seen you walk from there with the intention of going over to GH.
Yeah.
And somebody in a responsible position need to speak with you. So if the latest thing is that you should bring your receipt book, you try it again, go give them and see what happens, right?
Okay.
Jams to take me downtown for a break, give credit to our sponsors. As we say, best of luck to Mr. Henfield.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Found the sound, 98.9.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. Rams.
Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Well, this song specially for all the ancient warrior them, you know what I'm saying? Food defense.
It's another beautiful Friday in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. A bit overcast. I believe there were one or two events cancelled because of the inclement weather. But from where you sit at this point in time, it is still, even though it's overcast, it's a beautiful day. Then heavy rains at the moment from where I sit. You know, I was home yesterday. The cruise ship was in port. But before it left Sandy Point, I called to inquire what was the weather like in Bastia. They said, boy, it's raining. And if you look towards Nevis, you know, the heavy clouds are coming. So I came up eventually, but a lot of drivers at the ports anticipating a good kickoff from the off-season. I think would really kick off. The weather proved to be a negative factor, but some days chickens, some days feathers. We have a smaller vessel today. Actually, Mr. Hemley is looking through the list, the schedule of ships coming.
Yeah, look good.
We say, look good. The man said they say look good. I laugh at these things. I just like, I'm going to bear it.
We're going to have to go and look at another job somewhere else.
Another job?
Yeah.
And when you get another job, they don't pay you time. So that's how it is. But we've been through the worst. We've been through worse. And I'm hopeful that things in the future will look better. That's all I can say. Mm-hmm. Because I, too, like many, has been looking forward to what should be a vibrant season. Mm-hmm. You know, but one of the things we would have lost is the carnival.
The carnival, yeah.
We have a few lines that, the exec from the carnival says that they own a number of ships, how in line, but that trip, they used to come here like every Friday, etc., etc. What was it, the fantasy?
Yeah.
And you could still put on, we could talk some more because. So let me ask you, what to your mind? Okay, let's take a call. Good day, caller, you're live on Voices. Good day, caller, you're live on Voices.
Socrates, good day to you.
Yes, sir. Could I hardly hear you?
To all of your audience.
Yes,
hello?
welcome to the program.
Yes, and greetings once more in Jesus' name.
Amen.
The only Savior of his elect chosen sinners to save them from their sins and from hell, and the second person of the eternal Trinity. Amen and amen. Now, first of all, Socrates.
Yes, sir.
I would like to say condolences to all the families and friends of the two gentlemen that you named, those Pinders and the taxi guy.
And Mr. Henville over on Nevis also.
Oh, yes. And
He's
Mr.
in Daniels,
Henville
sorry.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Hilton Daniels, yes. It's same to his family and friends as well. No, Socrates.
Sir.
Yes. Let me ask you a question. Coney Island. I know. I wish the gentleman get his money all that is due him. I hope that
he's here listening. He's here listening.
Yes, and I hope he get it quickly too.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you a question. Coney Island. Did the government pay them to come here and charter the vessels and that sort of stuff?
I'm going to have to ask James to that one. I have no clue, no idea. But I don't think that was a government investment. I think it was an accommodation because these are private entities and they travel around the globe and they bring the carnival-like atmosphere and they make the money, right? But I think it would help the government image to help accommodate these ventures, right? Because was it around our Independence Week of celebrations? So it offered some extra activities, so to speak. So I don't think the government will make that kind of investment, particularly at this point in time.
Because I was wondering, because, for example, I've read on the internet where people say, oh, government brought them here. So I don't know. That's why I read on the internet, government brought them here. So I know the gentleman come and speak concerning the Coney Island as well. It made me wonder to what extent,
I see the connection.
if any extent at all, the government was involved.
I think there were facilitators, but I see the point that you're making. I see the point you're making.
But because what I'm also gonna say in that connection is that once it was privately, and I don't think government should have been in, because that would be extra expense for the taxpayers to pay back later on in higher taxes and that sort of stuff, fees and that sort of stuff. But if it was private and they came here on their own and that sort of stuff, they should have been making their own arrangement with transportations and that sort of stuff. Government should not have been involved in that.
You got a point. Mr. Henville, who hired you?
Well, I was hired from the government standpoint.
From a member of government?
Yes.
Hired him to transport the gentleman?
Yeah, government like to be in too much things. Secondly, you see, and I ain't just saying that because with all due respect, like I always say, you get the worst services and products, generally speaking, from government. This ain't the first time I've heard of people having payment issues with government. Since in the 1980s, I've been hearing that. With taxi people are having issues with government, with payment, and that sort of stuff. Okay? Because in the 1980s, in the late 1980s, I used to work customs, and a number of times I had to catch taxis to go over frigate bed to clear containers and that sort of stuff. And I've heard that since then, at that time, up to now, I've been hearing, and just now on the radio with the gentleman, hearing people having complained with government payments and that sort, how long and complicated it is. And so, like I always say, generally speaking, you always get the worst services and products from government. And I don't know why people like to put so much things in government hands rather than the private sector that is more efficient and effective.
I'm of the impression that you didn't go to the Coney Island?
I went once.
Oh.
Yes, I went once. Yeah.
Did you take part in the rides and the various things?
Hello? Yeah, I went on the various rides.
Yeah. You're better than me?
Well, no, not really, because you're making much more money than me.
No, man, you got totally wrong. The man who would have made some money is here sitting saying he's not been paid as yet.
Yeah, you're making more money than me, man, so you got long way better than me.
No, man, no. But,
but lastly, I would like to say, though, is that none of us, not one of us, know the last breath, when will be the last breath that we would take. None of us know it. So I'd just like to let people know, as always, if you die outside of Jesus Christ, you're going to end up in hell for all eternity. And trust me, nobody want that. You don't want that. Nobody want that. But if you die in Jesus Christ, saved by his blood, saved from your sins and saved from hell, you would end up in heaven for all eternity. And only the blood of Christ can save us through faith. Through faith alone. Only the blood alone, through faith alone, can save us from our sins and from hell. So I'd just like to let people know that. You don't know when is your last breath. And make sure when that last breath comes, you're right with Jesus Christ. Otherwise, you're going to end up in hell for all eternity. No matter how much money you have, and no matter how poor you are. No matter how much a big shot you are in society, no matter if you're the lowest person in society. Only Christ can save you from your sin and from hell. And we all should want that. Take care, Socrates. God
Thank you for your contribution. We say amen to that. Right? Okay, I was asking you to give you your impression of the off-season and the anticipation for the upcoming season, etc., etc.
Well, looking at the paper here, it's not looking healthy at all. You know, we drop a lot. You know, I don't know if they did not really lobby enough. by going to the, different.
But you're saying based on what you've seen here, it's not as exciting as it should be?
Yeah, he's not looking excited.
Okay, well, we were told by the minister last year, as it related to last season, earlier, that season would not be as vibrant as the previous one. It takes a couple of years ahead of planning to get ships on board. You just can't come in on Monday and get ships coming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It takes a while. So we understood that, and we were keeping faith, hoping that this season
would have been better.
But you're saying based on what you see here, I love to laugh because it makes everything, so much easier to be with. But let's keep our fingers crossed.
I mean, the bunch them ain't looking as healthy, There are lots of blank spaces. Yeah.
And this is going into the season.
Going into the hype of the season.
So what does it mean at Port Zante now? Man better man?
Yeah, man better man.
I like structure. As you see, I actually operate in the back. I like order, I like structure, etc. Sometimes it doesn't really work out for me, but, it's just some days chicken, some days feathers. They spoke last night and they were speaking about the need for you to get in your tours marketed online, so you don't have to be down there at the port waiting for people to come off. And I think that is the way to go. Get your website up and running, get your tours marketed properly so that before you leave home, you have X amount of persons coming to you and you're doing your tour, and that helps you to better market your business. So I think that is the way that will ease the strain off of you having to go down there and having to hustle, not only at the cruise port, but from the airport, from the hotels. You'll be able to get better business once you have your website up and running, because you can't be doing the same thing over and over. And if next year you have a list that look like this, or even worse, at least you would have done something to cushion yourself against that. Not only wait until the cruise ship season, but during the off season, you can better manage and benefit from your trade. So that's the way to go.
I think so. That's the way to go.
There's always a solution for any problem.
That's right.
Right? And that was the advice given last night at the State of the Industry. There are lots of options there. No tours, no options. Folks are trying to get into the game, but it's how to get it marketed, whether on the cruise line, to the hotels, to the airlines, whatever. That is the way forward. Right?
Yeah.
So we're about to go for the midday newscast. I want to thank you for coming to share your story. I can hope, as the last caller indicated, that you get your situation sorted as soon as possible. Go to them as they ask you to come back with the copies of the invoice. Give it to them, and let's hope that by next Friday, even it may be too late for today, but within the next week. If not, we're here to assist you. Okay. In the past, when I've had problems being paid, I went on the radio, and within a matter of a week, I got paid, right?
Okay.
So, Mr. Henry, thank you very much for coming in. Thanks for sharing your perspective about the cruise ship list. I hope we don't get any negative backlash for that.
Well, I mean, that is the Bible.
Well, this came from Casper, actually.
Right.
We haven't had a list from the department as yet, but right? We now have to break for the presentation of the Win FM's Midday Newscast, and we will continue our dialogue on the other side as I say hi to Bag of Sugar.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Carib Brewery.
Did you you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming.
When life throws surprises your way, now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip. With Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
With the Win FM headline news, I am Yulana Weeks. Locally, poultry hatchery opens in St. Kitts, aims to boost meat and egg production. St. Kitts and Nevis's 25 Most Remarkable Teens 2024-2025 to be revealed on November 6. The Sanitary Assistance Program continues to ensure convenience and improve the living conditions for St. Kitts Nevis households. St. Kitts Nevis Teen Beauties sashed. Republic Bank earmarks $5,000 for winning school. The details and more straight ahead. Taiwan International Cooperation and Development Fund, Taiwan ICDF, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources, St. Kitts and Nevis, commissioned the new poultry hatchery at Bayford's Livestock Center of Excellence on October 31. The hatchery was constructed under the Layer Chicken Industry Sustainable Development Project, marking another step on the path to reducing the Federation's poultry imports and by extension, the food import bill by 25% by the end of 2025. The primary goal in St. Kitts and Nevis is to reduce the annual $140 million food import bill by 25%, leading to an overall reduction of $35 million. Poultry is considered the largest sector in terms of national import expenditure. In 2022, chicken imports were estimated at a record-breaking $19.3 million. With the opening of the hatchery, farmers will be provided 20,000 day-old chicks per year, aimed at maximizing chicken production and also ensuring that the Federation becomes 100% efficient in egg production. Policymakers believe that once investments are made in every aspect of the food supply chain, from meats and crops in agriculture to aquaculture and fisheries, food security can be achieved. Meanwhile, His Excellency Lin Chian-Long, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of China, Taiwan, attended the commissioning of the hatchery as part of his official visit to the island. Taiwan ICDF noted, quote, "We are thrilled to celebrate the commission of the new layer chicken breeder farm and hatchery at the Bayford's Livestock Center of Excellence, a key advancement for the poultry industry in St. Kitts and Nevis. This partnership highlights Taiwan's commitment to sustainable agricultural development in the Federation, contributing to food security and economic growth," unquote. Also present at the hatchery's commissioning ceremony were the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Samuel Duggins, Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, to the Federation, His Excellency Michael Lin, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Miguel Fleming, and other staff from the Ministry of Agriculture and the Taiwan Embassy in St. Kitts. A special sitting of the National Assembly will be held on Wednesday, November 6, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. at the National Assembly Chambers at Government Headquarters to award the 25 most remarkable teens in St. Kitts and Nevis 2024-2025. The program includes special remarks by Senator and Minister of Youth Empowerment, Social Development, Gender Affairs, Aging and Disabilities, Honorable Isoline Phillip, video presentations of awardees' profiles, and presentations to awardees by members of Parliament. The 25 Most Remarkable Teens Awards is a staple event on the calendar for Youth Month, celebrated annually in November. Teens are usually honored in several categories, including sports, academics, entrepreneurship, leadership, volunteerism, performing arts, courage to overcome, and other areas. The awardees will include teenagers from both St. Kitts and Nevis who, based on nominations, are considered exemplary individuals for breaking barriers, inspiring change, or making a difference within their communities. The National Housing Corporation, in collaboration with the Government of St. Kitts and Nevis, has continued the Sanitary Assistance Program under the umbrella of the Vulnerable Household Repair Assistance Program. The Sanitary Assistance Program, launched 10 years ago in 2014, seeks to improve sanitation and enhance the living conditions for countless families. Particularly in 2024, over 40 families in St. Kitts have benefited from the program, with an estimated 20 families that have been identified to receive upgraded bathrooms in the upcoming weeks. According to the National Housing Corporation, quote, "The impact of this program extends beyond immediate comfort. It also reflects broader goals related to community development and the reduction of public health risks associated with inadequate sanitation. The government's proactive approach ensures that even vulnerable households can benefit from improved living standards, addressing the essential infrastructure needs, and demonstrating that even small-scale interventions can have a profound impact on the lives of many," unquote. The Department of Constituency Empowerment plays a critical role in the process, as officers actively engage in community outreach and research to identify homes that require appropriate sanitation facilities. The sanitation program aligns with Goal 6 of the Sustainable Development Goals: ensure access to water and sanitation for all. Access to sanitation and hygiene is considered the most basic and important need for health and well-being. The 6 ambassadors of the Republic Bank Miss Teen St. Kitts and Nevis pageant have been revealed and sashed as they take it one step closer to show night, slated for December 17, 2024. Following the grand reveal of the Teen Beauties on October 24, 2024, a sashing ceremony was held at the Republic Bank 4th Street Branch St. Kitts on October 31. The contestants for the 2024-2025 Republic Bank Miss Teen St. Kitts and Nevis pageant are contestant number 1, Kyla Gerald, Miss Sadler's Secondary School. Contestant number 2, Ushadika Francis, Miss Bastia High School. Contestant number 3, Janice Rogers, Miss Washington Archibald High School. Contestant number 4, Lajanique Boone, Miss Immaculate Conception Catholic High School. Contestant number 5, Deshania Charles, Miss Keon High School. And contestant number 6, Soraya Williams Powell, Miss Virchilds High School. Republic Bank, a platinum sponsor of Sugar Mass for a 3rd consecutive year, presented a check to the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee valuing $50,000. An additional $5,000 has been budgeted for the winning school of the 2024-2025 Republic Bank Miss Teen St. Kitts and Nevis pageant. The reigning Miss Teen St. Kitts and Nevis is Caitlin Wilson, a 16-year-old student of Bastia High School.
Regionally, on Tuesday, President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, via social media rebutted the announcement made by education officials on October 24th that all 392 teachers with outstanding salary payment were paid and reappointed. He said 14 teachers are still awaiting to be paid, while a few others are still receiving partial payments.
The information we collected and what we have so far, we have about 14 teachers who still have not received any form of payment. Some of them from September. We have teachers who did not receive any pay for September, and we have teachers who, of the 14, who did not receive any payment for both September and October. We had persons who received payment for September, but did not receive payment for October. So the information from the Ministry of Education really and truly is false, is wrong, with telling the nation that this matter have been settled and such, and all the teachers were paid.
Clearing the air on the statement by the GUT president, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Aaron Francois, said the 14 names submitted by the GUT were not part of the 392 teachers who were previously affected.
The president of the Grenada Union of Teachers would have delivered a list of teachers to us. I started looking at it this morning, but didn't fully went through all of it. But on that list, I can tell you, when I reported back then that we address the issue of the reappointment of teachers, I made a reference specifically to the 392 teachers that we had up for reappointments. And we hold to that. There are other teachers who, for some reason, we did not receive their names in time to make that 392 list for reappointment. These are some of the names that on that list that Mr. Bartholomew submitted. And also there are some names on the list just from a cursory and some feedback that I got, preliminary feedback that I got from the finance department. They are paid.
Francois said the government is still in the process of perfecting the payment system within the public service. Hence, some glitches are expected. He said there are varying factors affecting teachers due to the faults within the system, and as such, government is seeking resources to rectify the matter.
So we continue to work and want to assure the teachers and the public that this problem would be resolved. The government has committed to resolve it. We in the ministry continue to work to resolve it once and for all. Our ministry, we have started the process of tightening our databases. Yeah? So, in other words, to better able to track all our employees. Because what we are also finding out is that for some reason, information would reach to the union before it reaches to the ministry. So we had several instances where teachers did not receive salary, but the Ministry of Education was the last one to receive that information. Yeah? And so we continue to work on our system, because we should have a system that can tell us who get paid, who didn't get paid.
When asked about Bartholomew's request that government foot the bill that unpaid teachers have acquired based on accrued loan interest, Daniel said that decision is for the policymakers. Rena Pierre Thomas, GBN News.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, speaking to the press on the margins of the Prince revamp ceremony, announced plans for a massive financial investment in St. Lucia's healthcare system while defending his administration's handling of ongoing healthcare challenges. The Prime Minister outlined several immediate infrastructure projects, including a new polyclinic at the former Victoria Hospital site and expansion of the Owen King EU Hospital. Both projects are slated to begin either late this year or early 2024.
We've invested $15 million in health services over the last 2 months. Very soon, we're going to be investing a massive financial investment in the health services. And at that time, I will outline what really has happened with healthcare in St. Lucia at that time. But we're going to be making a massive investment. We are not there to complain. We are there to fix. You're there to fix it. We're going to fix it. We are going to be opening St. Jude Hospital. We are going to be doing a new polyclinic at the old Victoria Hospital. I've announced the fifth finger on the OKU Hospital. All these are going to start imminently. Very soon, all of them are going to start. The work on the new polyclinic at Victoria Hospital is going to start before year end. The work on the fifth finger is going to start, if not later this year, early next year. So we are doing things. What have you heard what's happening as far as universal health care is concerned? Elderly people getting treatment, mothers. We've added a new set of services to the health services for mothers.
Addressing criticism of the healthcare system's management, Pierre expressed unwavering support for his team.
I have full confidence in the health minister. I have full confidence in the health minister. I'm going to say it again. I have full confidence in the health minister and in the doctors and nurses of St. Lucia. I have full confidence in them. Healthcare is not an easy issue. St. Lucia's healthcare issue started a long time ago. Up to today, you have discussions in the U.S. press about Obamacare and healthcare. Healthcare is an issue that has got more serious after COVID-19. So it's very unfair to blame the health minister or to blame any doctor or any nurse. What's happening in St. Lucia today? It's evolving.
When asked about reports that former Minister Damian Greaves would be appointed to chair the board of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex OKEU Hospital, Pierre remained non-committal but praised Greaves' credentials. He was also asked about the reported resignation of a veteran medical practitioner.
And we're hearing that former Minister Damian Greaves will be appointed as the chief.
The OKU board will make an announcement when the time comes.
Do you think that he will do the job?
Minister Greaves is his last job. He was a professor at St. George's University. He's a man of great ability and great capability. I'm sure any job he's put in, as he did as a minister, he'll survive and do well. Minister Greaves will do well in any job that he's got that is commensurate to his experience.
Support the recent resignation of Dr. Lucille Charles.
Very sad. Dr. Charles is a professional. Dr. Charles is a professional. You want to thank her. I haven't spoken to her. I haven't heard anything about her resignation. She's a fantastic medical practitioner.
The Prime Minister highlighted the need for a holistic approach to healthcare, including preventive measures and addressing non-communicable diseases through improved diet and exercise. The administration plans to expand healthcare services to include new preventive care initiatives, including pap smears and prostate cancer testing for elderly patients. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.
Internationally,
in Spain, rescue workers continue to search for bodies in the wake of flooding that killed at least 158 people. Almost all of those deaths occurred in the eastern Valencia region. The coastal area of Murcia was also badly hit. Satellite images of Valencia before and after the floods show the extent of the damage. It's the worst flooding to hit Spain in more than 3 decades, with a year's worth of rain falling in a single day. Now, many of those affected are angry about what they say is an inadequate crisis response by authorities. Our correspondent reports from one of the worst affected communities.
1 week ago, Ofelia Cuartero and her family moved into their dream house in a suburb of Valencia. They had saved for it for decades, and then, in an instant, the flood destroyed it all.
When the official alarm went off, we immediately went upstairs. 5 minutes later, the water was up to our bellies, and all the furniture, the sofas, and even the fridge were already floating.
Ophelia and her neighbours believe that the warnings came far too late. Thousands had already been trapped in their homes when the regional government sent out the notifications. And many tell us they are increasingly disappointed with the official help that has been provided to them since.
The security forces are reacting a little slowly. We are still cut off from the outside world, and there is quite a bit of chaos here.
They're giving out 1 bottle of water per person. Is that a joke?
Instead of working on solutions, they are blaming each other for the situation. It's always the same.
More and more people are now trying to help themselves. Some neighbours have organised a truck with a generator so that they can at least charge their mobile phones. They say it's also for their security, as reports of looting and break-ins are increasing.
Now that we have phones again, we've set up a group to coordinate with each other. There have already been some break-ins here.
Civil society organisations have called for protests against the poor crisis management. Here in Valencia's suburbs, many people are expected to join.
Simply unprecedented. The people of Botswana woke up this Friday to the end of an era, and with a new leader at the helm of the country. The election results mark the end of 58 years of rule of the BDP, the Botswana Democratic Party. Minutes ago, incumbent President Mokgweetsi Masisi held a press conference and conceded his defeat.
I wish to congratulate the opposition on their victory and concede the elections. I am proud of our democratic processes and I respect the will of the people. I thank the BDP and its supporters and encourage them all to accept the democratic results and the will of the people.
Masisi also said he had called Duma Boko to congratulate him on his bravery. According to partial vote tally, Boko's party has been leading since yesterday. Results closer to the final outcome are expected today, Friday, November 1st. Masisi has vowed to work to the best of his ability for smooth transition. Botswana is a parliamentary republic, which means that the parliament elects the head of state. Duma Boko is now effectively the president-elect and will be the first non-BDP president since the independence of the Southern African country in 1966.
That was the WinFM Headline News. The Headline News is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Cariboury.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness. It's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king. Please drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider. Only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming.
When life throws surprises your way, now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip. With Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Get ready for 3 thrilling days of savings at Hostel's Building and Neva Centers from Thursday, October 31st to Saturday, November 2nd. Enjoy an incredible 3 thrilling days of 25% off on all discountable items store-wide. Whether you're looking to tackle home improvement, upgrade your tools, or find perfect finishing touches, we've got it all at unbeatable prices. Join us for this limited time event and save big on everything you need to make your projects a reality. Hurry in. These deals will only last for 3 thrilling days, this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Visit Hofstra's Building and Neva Centers this Thursday to Saturday and let the savings begin.
Good afternoon to our viewers and listeners. Welcome back to the second half of today's presentation of Voices. And somebody seems to want to get me in trouble. asking me a lawyer question as to what if they stumble on the last step. What last step you talking about? I presume we're talking about the platform, the viewing platform built up at Timothy Hill. All right. She was on, actually, she spoke with me, and I gave her my opinion, but she was actually asking me to be here last evening, but I had a pre-arranged engagement that I had to attend, and I apologize. I didn't even call her back to say I won't make it, but we didn't really confirm it. But I did write an opinion about what I thought of it, and then shortly afterwards I saw there was an attempt to modify by repainting the stones in a grey color, but the stones in the first place. So whoever thought about that and thought they could beautify what was naturally beautiful, they were misguided, misinformed. And I'm live. Brenda's trying to reach me, but I'm live, you know. So she wants to know what happens. Let me see if I can take it. Hello? I'm live. I'm live. Okay. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices.
Hi, good afternoon, King.
Africa in the house. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Giving thanks for life and yourself.
Beautiful, man. I'm just counting my blessings.
We have to. We all have to. Even though we're not farmers, we need the water in more ways.
No rain, no food. That's what they say.
Well. I had my challenge yesterday because I was part of the...
I'm hardly hearing you. I don't know if you need to speak up or what, but I'm hardly hearing you. Come again? Hello?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, it's a bit better. Go ahead.
Okay, I had my experiences yesterday with the rain because I was part of the delegation, the entourage, and I'm going to Barefoot Farm.
Okay.
Where the fowl, the chicken, the egg farm is.
I'm unaware of what you're speaking about, but go ahead.
Oh yes, the time when his foreign minister was in town.
Mm-hmm.
So they had they visited the pays and protocols like to the foreign ministry, so forth and so forth, and they visited places of interest. They even visited Timothy Hill as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, but it was really raining yesterday morning when we drove there.
All right.
I must say, we have assets on this land, the king. I was told back probably in the 50s when Mr. Lloyd Patterson, some person of interest, saw that the Brimstone Hill should not be...
Lloyd Matteson.
Lloyd Matteson, right? Yeah, and so... But it's not only the Brimstone Hill. The Brimstone Hill might be it is one of many. But I think, speaking of Timothy Hill, it is a travesty. I'm one of the first person, I'm not alone, who raised their opinion concerning it. Because for the fact that I saw the stones like different colors, and now I visited there yesterday, and the stones, they are painted in one particular color. Now, speak to the fact that someone overstep their bounds. Someone I don't want to use the word in this, but someone had a lack of foresight. They were so adamant, and it was good that they repainted the stones, even though the stones should have been left in their natural.
They were just garishly ugly. Made no sense.
For the fact that they repainted the stone, I can't believe that they were so naive that they didn't listen to someone else's advice to those colors is a spoil.
They did not listen to the right persons. They did not consult the right person. So the outcry from the public, and you were part of the one who led it, caused them to rethink the position, and so they tried to modify and readdress it as best as they could.
Yes, but they have to go further, because if they can do that, there are times when there was spillage and wastage. Let us say that platform has given to the contractor an impetus in terms of monetary, rewards. But even the contractor himself could have advised the person with the lack of foresight, as a contractor who applying the trade, would have known that they would have done other projects, and that project would have entailed a ramp for a person, a member of a family who would have visited, a member of a family who is here and think it can leave it, and would go there and want to take an all-inclusive photo with that family member. The travesty is like discriminative towards a family member who would not get
the challenge.
And someone said to me, one person would have been injured because they're in the wheelchair. Two other persons will get injured trying to lift the wheelchair up to get up there. Back spasm and all of that.
Yep.
So we want that there to be removed. I know the Taiwanese delegate.
You see, you're advocating for the platform to be removed completely?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I took 3 photo ops yesterday, and the 3 photo ops that I took, you can see that the photographer, the member of the family who was taking the picture, only took the opportunity to stand on the platform to take the pictures of the individuals who was behind the stone. You understand?
So the photographer stood on the viewing platform to take the pictures of the guests who were by the rocks.
Yes, not to take a picture on the platform, but to use the platform as a step to take the picture of persons behind the rock.
Interesting.
I have the pictures as evidence.
Well, maybe that was the intention in the first place.
Huh?
Maybe that was the intention in the first place.
No. They could not be. With people, I used to take pictures there, and it didn't cost me. It did not cost the private sector. It didn't cost the government. Whosoever did it, it did not cost them a penny for me to go and take a photo up with persons not standing on an uneven stand or what have you. It is. And it came up good. The whole idea was to be behind. I am always one of the view, and I'm not going to... It was an overall plan I had, the king. The landscaping and ornamental flowers and everything. The restroom.
Okay.
A binocular at a fee. Creating revenue. A binocular with the signage to say, have a view of Antigua. Our sister island Antigua is just 30 miles out to the east. If you take a view of this binocular with a fee, $1 or something. Persons would be glad to want to scope in on Antigua.
Well, closer. Maybe they can add that, and it'll be a means of salvaging what was really a bad idea. Yes, because the platform is there, it gives a bit of elevation. So if you add that there now, it might help to, salvage the whole project.
No, that cannot be a permanent structure to suffice.
So you're advocating that they remove it completely.
Hear me out, King. The projection is not that we cannot exceed 1 million visitors to our shows anymore. We have to have a forecast to see that we're going to have 1 million plus, 1 million and a quarter, 1 million and a half, 1 million and 3/4, 2 million. As we develop and as we grow our product, because there's a self, persons in tourism, they will become taxi operators soon. And no wonder why they want to weed out some of us.
I see.
Yes, I have seen it. It's already started. And it's a retirement profession.
For many.
And it's a very lucrative one. You're not getting $1 for $1, You're getting $2 a little over a half for $1. Why not? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about the Uber operators.
Go ahead.
And we who attend refresher sports, let's say, for the good of St. Kitts and Nevis, because someone tried to say something at me, I told them, for the good of this land, I will go above and beyond. For the good of St. Kitts and Nevis, let's say someone, I'm not begrudging the Uber. I am not begrudging them. But let's say someone come to St. Kitts, they take an Uber to the respective domicile, place of where they're staying, the residence, right? And let's say they want to go on a tour, and they really want information. Yes, they're with the Uber, and we will argue and say, oh, they doesn't paying for the value, so they get what they take. They take what they get, because they're not paying for the value. Had they paid for the value, which is cost, they would have get accurate information. But nonetheless, they have taken an Uber from the hotel, and they go on an island tour. And the Uber operator, not as versed as us, not as well informed with the data of the accuracy, like bloody point 1626, it's probably written there, and so forth. But the date and so on. And the Uber guy gave the person a so lopsided, inaccurate date. And that person going back to his respective home, where he came from, and spread that date about St. Kitts and Nevis. What is the takeaway from that wrong, misguided, misinformed information that the Uber guy
You get what you pay for.
Training to do this?
You get what you pay for.
Okay.
No excuses, no apologies, because there's taxis and tow service here. You choose to go by the route of an Uber, which normally go from point A to point B. They're not tour guides. They're not in the tour business. So if you choose to go that way, live in your ignorance. You get what you pay for.
Okay, case closed.
Case closed.
I'll put that out there, the king.
Right? Because these
Yes.
services are here to get a proper tour transportation, tour service. That's what we do.
But the king, but I'm talking about for the love of the country, So here is it that bad information is being propagated out there. And then, you know what I mean, the reviews, I think it's not the Uber guy,
It will not survive. It will not survive. In the internet age, we can easily counter that.
Okay, the king. As I start, I'll put
We
that
have
out
marketing that could easily counter that nonsense and explain away how that person got that experience.
there. Okay. I got you.
You can't apologize for those things.
All right.
I've interacted with guests coming off the ships. They want to take up the bus line. We explain to them.
Yeah.
They will drop you at the foot of the fortress. You have to walk up. Right?
Yeah.
We have the service here for you, and they will change their mind or not. And the times you yourself would have seen them walking up to the top of the hill because they took a bus, a passenger line, from the terminal down there, and that's what they want to do. Fine. But your tour services here, your this is here. If you want it, you get it. So I have no sympathy for those who you see walking in the sun and all that stuff. You choose to do that, fine for you.
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
Of course.
All right, the king. Thanks for listening.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
I had occasion to speak with, just interrupt me, there's an end call, to one of the Carnival Cruise Line executive there on Monday, or was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. And, yes. He said to me, well, the other two presidents were there, he was unsure as to why he's meeting with taxi presidents, because we're talking about the tour industry. So I was happy to explain to him that the taxi driver is a qualified, trained tour guide who takes refresher courses every year. In your culture, a taxi operator, a driver, goes from point A to point B. So we're not offering you that service. The taxi driver is qualified to operate as a taxi driver, for the local market or otherwise, but in this industry, we are your tour guides. So even though you go through a show exec or whatever, I don't want to call people name, we are the tour guides. They rely on our expertise. Before they got transportation, we were the only transportation providers. Well, they don't know because in the culture, if you're at the dispatching point, guests come down the corridor, you ask them, do you want a taxi? No. They'll bypass you and go and engage with somebody to do a tour. The same culture, from their culture, taxi is from point A to point B. Say, even if it's not the first port of call, once they come off, and you go there, how can I help you? Would like to see some of the island? Our tours are here. You're talking the language that you must engage them in. Right. The big difference. So the point my friend is trying to make about a guest come and take an Uber, you get what you pay for. Because officially, there are no Ubers in St. Kitts. There's none. So who you want? You take those vehicles that are not qualified to offer public transport with the required insurance. See what happens to you. No apologies. You choose to take transportation who are not qualified. They don't have the license to offer public transportation. The H buses have that. The H buses have that. P vehicles, private vehicles, don't have that at all. So when you jump into a private vehicle, what doesn't offer you the coverage in case there is an accident, whatever, you get what you pay for. Yeah, well, it depends. It comes down to the political will of the government, right? They're saying, well, at least they cater to the local passengers, they charge less because taxi, but there's a service. The taxi driver invests in a vehicle. They have to pay the required taxation, required insurance, etc., etc. So you pay for the service. Oh, that's too expensive. Oh, no problem. We can negotiate because I know many of the drivers in circles give the local folks discounts. I do it when I do it because I don't charge them the way I charge the average tourist. But I explain to you, the price is 20. I will charge you 15, but if you get taxi, make sure you know the price is. We go to the phone lines, go to call your live on voices.
Good day.
Good day, sir. Welcome. Hey.
Yeah.
Happy hearing from you every time.
Although I hear you about to get what you pay for, don't you think it's a good idea that you have a range of services that you can choose from, that a client can choose from?
Yes, but I was referring to what Africa was suggesting, that they come and they take an Uber. The traveler today is very well informed. Today's traveler is very well informed before they even leave home.
So basically, if they do their research before, they know exactly where they want to go.
That is correct.
Right.
So if they come and they want to bypass the service at the airport, because the dispatcher at the airport inquires about, you want a taxi, you want to go here, this and that, and you say, I don't want to take taxi, I take an Uber, you choose. You want to do a tour, that information is provided by the dispatcher at the airport and the seaport.
Right. Well, the point I think I'm making is that you have enough clients to go around who need particular services, I think. I would think. I mean, the older ones might not be particularly adventurous and would prefer tours, as the younger ones might, they don't mind taking the chances and generally, how younger ones are.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's important that we provide for both, I would think.
I understand that. It makes sense. But I'm saying, if there's an incident based on the mode of transport that you take, you shouldn't go and complain and say, well, I went to Sinks at a bad time because, the service is there and you could choose what level you want. But you get what you pay for.
Yeah, like anywhere else, I guess.
Like anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, so it was made to understand, well, from the Prime Minister's last, what was it? Was it a press conference or whatever it was? Oh, I think it was just he was on a radio show, and he indicated that he didn't want to steal the tourism minister's thunder, but we could anticipate some good numbers. It wasn't in the cruise industry. Was it in the stayovers? What was it? Do you know?
I think they're more targeting the stayovers.
It's the stayovers?
Yes. They're trying to get the overnight guests because they have more of a bigger spend in terms of the financial impact.
Yes.
You know, I had a gentleman on this morning. He's a taxi operator, and I gave him a view of the, I would say, potential schedule. It's not officially from the Tourism Authority. It's a list from Casper. And he was looking at the number of non-performing days, etc. I think it's not as good as last year or the year before, but it's still something. We would have lost one of the major lines in terms of Carnival that gave us...
Carnival still not on board. They had a ship already this month, didn't they?
Yeah, but in terms of the regularity of calls...
okay.
That is no longer in play. But
do you know what was the problem there?
What they claim, and I was part of that discussion, you would have been part of that, is when they were berthed at the port during COVID. There was a situation where there were two sister ships at the port, out there for weeks. Technically, they were in quarantine because the ship's agent had to get clearance to visit them. You have to be wearing your mask, blah, blah, blah. It's an example. You have to take over a quick pack to them, something from FedEx, etc. But they were out there. The crew wanted to visit the other ship, sister ships. They were denied that. They were denied even leaving one ship to go to the other. They thought it was ridiculous.
That they're still blacklisting us because of that?
Because of that. Because they left here.
Sound like business to me.
Went to St. Martin and is being tasked trying to get them to come back because they were regular and they provided a lot of work for St. Kitts. You know, so I think they've gone to Antigua. But on Monday or Tuesday this year, we spoke to one of the executive of the Carnival Cruise Line, and he said they are the owners of a number of the lines that come here, like Holland America and the P&O. He said they own them. But those, he said they're nine.
So it's just a particular class of ships. Essentially,
perhaps. He said they own 9 ships.
Not the company as a whole blacklisting.
Correct. The company own about 9 lines, but only 8 come to the region. 1 goes to, I think it's Australia, etc. So, they have not left the region, but those ships that were very, very frequent, especially on the Fridays, that Carnival ship was back on Island Port Zante.
Okay.
So that's absent from the...
So we still haven't gotten back to Marquis standard yet?
I would say that.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad that you said it.
Well, no, but facts are facts, right?
Yes, facts are facts.
I would imagine that's certainly should be one of the goals of the Ministry of Tourism to get back there.
I would think so.
You know, it's so. But generally speaking, the taxi and tour operators, they're over all this squabbling and so on, and things are...
We're getting there. We're getting there because, not to repeat myself, I was part of a meeting on Tuesday with this very same gentleman from the Carnival Cruise Lines and was able to explain to him how, things are, working here and how he explained to us how to get beyond that. So it was the 3 presidents in that meeting, and I thanked the Tourism Authority because they facilitated that meeting where we can sit with the powers that be in terms of the booking agents and get that audience. They told us, you need this, you need that, here's a timeline, and we're working on that.
Is there, do you all get reports on passenger feedback?
Definitely.
And how has it been? Because it seems to me that if the feedback is outstanding. Regardless of what happened in the past, the lines would want to come to take advantage of that, because they after all, they want customer satisfaction too.
But there's a very competitive market.
Right. So has it been on the upward trend?
The feedback has been generally good. The tour report is that we exceed expectation. We have a reputation here in St. Kitts of delivering above par. We have the odd incidents, and when that happens, everybody knows about it because they don't pull in the punches. You may recall some years ago, maybe you don't, there was an incident of a bit of a purse snatching in the Irishton area. CG Walwyn was here. And they told him, they gave him a week to find the perpetrator.
What?
By the time the ship came back the next week, I saw CG Walwyn heading over to the ship. They found the purse. They found the purse.
I mean that's good.
So we have the one-offs.
It's good that you can have.
We have the one-off, but generally the reputation, the feedback from the passengers, and they take it to the ship, is 90% and above, if not, because we exceed the expectation. So our reputation in that regard is good. The training pays off. Those who take refresher courses, etc. We do have the odd person who we get reports, they're speeding, etc., and they try to address that. But generally, the information, the service, I am okay. Last week Monday, I had 4 persons sent to me. I was preoccupied at the port. Let me call his name. So I sent those 4 folks to Mr. Broadbelt. We know Mr. Brody. He was a bus driver, but he's now driving taxi. The very next day, the gentleman who sent the folks to me called me and says the passengers they were very grateful, they were very happy with the driver that they had. He was courteous, he was patient, he explained everything, blah, blah, blah. I could have said to him, I know. But it's good to hear it from the passenger who experienced that here in St. Kitts. We have guests who come to St. Kitts and say, oh, it was in this country yesterday, we had a bad time. I say, listen, you're in St. Kitts today. Yeah. And they'll come back and they thank, oh, your driver was very good. That's the norm.
Okay, well, that's good. What about the overall Port Zante experience? Are all the shops occupied? At one time, there was like buzz down there and so on.
It's been challenging. It's been challenging for them because we have the off season. It was not as robust as they thought it would be. There's this little tension between what they think is the drivers trying to talk to the passengers. But there's a drop-off point when we get back from the tours on the beaches, where the passenger is allowed to browse the corridors, the shops, on the way back to the ship. Where we drop off the passengers is not back to the point where we pick them up. We drop them off
so at
the far end of the shopping corridor.
It's a good idea to have a drop-off point.
There's a dropping point.
I don't know, somewhere by the post office or something. So they walk right up through, all the shops rather than further up on Port Zante itself. Yeah.
Well, we have to direct them because some of the merchants on Port Zante have told them that's town. There's no shopping beyond that. So we direct them. They have maps. So you can go beyond. We used to send to the treasury there or to the Pelican Mall. You take a left, you see the stoplight, get the stoplight, take a right, you're in the center of downtown. But sometimes the merchants would encourage them not to go beyond that and explain to them or try to convince them that that's the town area, no shopping beyond that.
Okay.
And for the folks at the Nima market, they don't fare too well.
Right. Yeah.
Because our drop-off point is on the eastern side, and the passenger now can browse the shops on the way back to the ship.
Yeah. And now that you have more airlift, do you see a shift from the cruise to the airport?
Oh man, the taxi drivers, there's a schedule to go there for, I think it's 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock. They have to put the names, they have to go up there, put the name in a roster, have the vehicles inspected. This is every day.
So there are particular taxes for the airport and those for Port
You
Zante.
could choose to work there, airport, Bozan, the figure is up to you. But dedicatedly
daily
every day,
basis,
because they know these flights are coming in, they have a schedule.
There's a license for it.
Yes, you're covered. We can't go to Nevis and work, and vice versa, because it's for St. Kitts. Right?
Okay.
But you can work at any point of interest.
You know, that shouldn't be, though. What's behind that?
Why would we market differently when you go overseas?
Why we would market differently?
Why? Why you not market as one destination?
I honestly feel that we should market as one destination. It's just that you make sure that clients realize it's two you're getting two for the price of one. There are two different islands, and both of them are worth.
Say after me, a double slice of paradise.
Not a slice of paradise.
A double slice of paradise. You know. But if I were to go to the Four Seasons today to work.
What I'm saying is, look, there is no discrimination, I don't think, when it comes to other areas in the economy on where people work, where people ply their trade, where people conduct their business. Why should it extend to taxi drivers? If a taxi driver from Nevis want to come down here and work, why not? And if one from St. Kitts want to go up there and work, why not?
You would have to institute quotas because we have the majority. If the majority of us choose to go to Four Seasons, what happened over there?
No, but remember, likewise, we have the Marriott. You could say that they can come over and ferry people to the Marriott too. I don't understand.
I think it's policy. I think it's policy.
Well, people from Sandy Point, taxi drivers from Sandy Point, should be the only ones engaged in carrying passengers to, let's say, Kitchen Hill or Ramada. You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that taxi drivers in Bastia are the only ones engaged to carry people from the airport to the Marriott. Why should the Premier and the Prime Minister, for instance, always make this thing about the child in Tabernacle should be the same as the one in Gingerland or whatever. The same should extend to any citizen conducting business.
But here's what. That system prevails in St. Thomas. Airport taxi can, if you're from the East End, you're stationed at the East End at the hotel sector, you can't go to the airport to pick up. You're going to drop off. So the taxi association that work in particular zones. Here in St. Kitts, there are no zones, right? But I think it's a matter of a policy where we go to training here in St. Kitts and you're giving your ID to work here in St. Kitts. It doesn't necessarily mean you can go to Nevis to work. I'm not sure about the legislation, but I think it's just a policy in place. So I just can't go tomorrow and say, let me work at the Four Seasons. There have to be some discussion, and, but it's not happening.
Okay.
I think because we market differently. We market our destinations differently.
Is it really that different?
Yeah, but you have
you think that they are best practices.
St. Kitts taxi. You have the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, and you have the Nevis Tourism Authority.
Yeah,
They're
I know.
about to market differently.
I know, and I actually heard Mrs. Morton, who was the PS, say that she actually prefers it that way because of I think how it was explained was it's nice to have that niche marketing kind of thing where the idiosyncrasies of one island is explained as opposed to those for the other islands.
Okay.
But if when you really get down to it, I think it's a nice leveling. It's a nice leveler when any Kittitian can work in Nevis and any Nevisian can work in St. Kitts, regardless to what the occupation is. If you need to change the licensing stuff, then do so. Make sure that they're qualified to do both.
Okay.
but I really feel that one country, we should behave like we're one country.
Personally, I have no issue with that.
Until that changes.
Personally, I have no issue with that. I have no things against it. It doesn't bother me, but I think it's a policy in place.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. All right, then.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Always happy to hear from you. We'll now take a pause, Jamster. Down to our sponsors. Give them a bit of credit and be back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Ready to bring fresh color and style into your home? It's the Color and Style Savings Event at Hosford Building and Nevis Centers. Right now, get 25% off all paints and tiles store-wide. Transform any room with vibrant paints or refresh your floors with stunning tiles. And with 25% off, there's no better time to give your space that beautiful upgrade. So head to Hosford's Building and Nevis Centers and make your dream look a reality with 25% off all paints and tiles for a limited time only. Hurry in and paint, tile, and save today at Hosford's. Terms and conditions apply.
And we're back. We take it straight to the phone lines. We're going to call you live on Voices. Okay, we lost that call. Happy to have you try again. In the meantime, there's a question from Brenda O'Neill. Out in us. She wants to know why inspect the vehicles every day. We'll pause for the call if there's any. There is an inspection process at the airport and at the seaport. Every morning, when you go to the Zante, there's someone there to inspect your vehicle, sometimes in greater detail than the others. The reason for that, sometimes you get complaints from a passenger. The vehicle was maybe smelly. It wasn't as clean, etc. And sometimes we know persons who will do that. So generally, there's an inspection that takes place at both ends. We go to the phone lines. We go to call you live on Voices.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sister Henry. How are you doing?
And I'm giving God thanks for all that rain.
No rain, no food.
Boy.
Some say
More grass go for massacre.
Some says weather for leather. What do you say?
About that, me never get leather yet.
Jobs are laughing.
Leather, domestic abuse.
Domestic abuse?
Anyway, I'm calling to say great congratulations to us on the independence. I guess you know my husband was an Antiguan.
Yes, November 3rd, right?
Today?
Today? The 1st?
1st of November is Antigua's Independence Day.
Okay, I thought it was the 3rd. I have to send out my greetings too.
Yes, sir, to all of the Antiguans at home and abroad. All of my relatives, my brother-in-law, his children, and all of the Henrys in Antigua. Happy anniversary. Now, I have not from Jamster, not Jamster, Jam Down.
For a while?
Now, he called this week, was talking about Pinda and the vagrants.
Really?
And was saying, why don't they put them in the garden home? And when I heard that they found him dead in the street after all the rain and thunder, you know, I said, my Lord. You know, I wonder how Jamdan is taking it. Because he's always expressing his concern about the way we treat vagrants in Bastille. So many people can express their condolences, but how many times have they ever thought about helping Pinda?
Precisely.
I'm telling you, he smells bad and whatever. You understand, there are people who doesn't give him clothes to change.
I didn't mind his smell. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing people going to and from lunch without even thought. I'll say, okay, let me buy my lunch. I've done that several times. I hear one of fancy food, here one of fancy food. What are you talking about?
Say, you know, you can tell some of them, excuse me, go over so. They go, so what we do? He said, well, when I was hungry, you didn't feed me.
Right, yeah.
Naked, you didn't clothe me. When I was sick, you didn't even visit me, bring me no, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I hear them, I say, I was in prison and you didn't visit me. And that is a fact. So all who think they could ignore and overlook the less fortunate, and they're going to get you with it. God waiting on you, He's waiting on you. We talk about the people at the garden home.
Yep.
How many people have a lot of free time and can't even visit?
I've dropped off.
I think about doing something for them. You understand?
I've dropped off a few times. Items. Vigilante, he passed last year. He was there for a while.
Yeah.
But there was a lady, she was very popular around town. I would always give her. She'd be at the ports. Sometimes I go down to work, she's there, I would always give her. And her son called me and told me not to. He says, we take your mommy. She don't need it, blah, 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 blah. And I understood, but I didn't know who she was. Her son is a very, very famous person. But he called me. He told me, when you see mommy in the street, do not give anything because it encourages her. But sometimes it's your mindset.
No, you have a lot of them have dementia.
Yes.
And Alzheimer's. Nobody know what's going to happen to you,
I know.
You could do all the gym you want to gym. Drink all the supplements you want. Sometimes this thing is genetic.
Mm-hmm.
And people are cruel to them.
Yeah, well,
look
at Cooper.
Have contributed.
Look at Cooper.
Where is he now? Down the casino?
No, he's around town the same way.
Yeah, sometimes he's still there, practically half naked, making noise and whatnot.
Yeah, there's
and
one
there are
person.
People who he would positively respond to, but he used to walk on there and make more one lot of noise. Lady.
Yeah, there's one person I know who's on the street, but he's supposed to be in the carting home, but they allow people to walk out. So he's one who walks around town, and you find him on Kearn Street there by Dinsey Building. But he has residence at the carting home.
I recall something I was studying. They were saying when you impound, I call them impounding, lock in and lock away. So people with mental issues, they become more aggressive.
Really?
Because they lack they contact. Some of us have relatives up at the psychiatric ward. They allow you to visit,
Yes.
Or in the prison, because sometimes they take them to the prison. I recall visiting the prison, and at one point there was one lady. You could see she had better days. She spoke properly and whatever. And I would go every Wednesday. And one day the guard said to me, Mrs. Henry, you really want to come? I said, yes. Because, she would converse now and then and go off in her angle.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked forward to it. I said, why should I not come? At one point, I had two of them at the same time, one from Nevis. And you find over time they calm down, They look forward to seeing you. They have the episode,
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes when I hear people in the prison, years, and
overlooked.
their relatives out here.
Overlooked.
So my heart goes out to them. So happy independence. Oh, something I want to say. Will you all be getting $1 extra on your fare?
No increase at the moment.
Huh?
We've had discussions, and we're not getting into detail. We're not getting any increases.
God, they said $1 straight across the board.
For who? When?
Huh?
When was it discussed?
It was said, I think it's Wednesday also.
At the press conference?
I think it's a press conference, or it was said at another station.
I am one of the three presidents.
I think Jamster was reading this thing, where they were saying the board has agreed to give a $1 increase straight across the board. So I wanted to know if it was just the omnibuses.
Oh, it's something to do with, I think, was it St. Peter's bus line? It has nothing to do with taxi because being one of the three presidents, we've not been part of any such like discussions.
Because they were saying taxes, omnibuses, taxes, or whatever. But then they read out the fears. $1 St. Peter's, the other dollar gone on. But they did not address the issue of
The issue of what?
Shadwell. Remember, Shadwell
Okay.
fee had gone to $3.50 before.
I'm not sure, but I'm a little bit guided by you.
You know, so. Well, I have not heard any response from the taxi associate, not the taxi, the buses, presidents. Satisfied with it.
Well, they'll let you know soon enough because Rambo.
I think it goes into effect on the 16th.
16th of next month?
This month, remember this is today's November.
The 18th of next month, is it?
In December, they say? I thought in November.
Okay, Jam just send me something. Let me read it for you, right? Government of St. Kitts and Nevis Traffic Safety and Public Service Drivers Board. New omnibus fares effective Monday, 18th November 2024.
All right.
So yes, it's for the
just the buses.
bus lines, yeah. It doesn't say what it is.
Yeah, what is the response from the travelers?
Well, things they're going well.
Well,
they're going well.
they got $70 on their money, right? $70.
Mm-hmm. And the cost of food items, everything went up at the same time, match in tandem.
But everything gone up, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, by the way, did you attend the conversation on the budget at the Marriott? This Marriott it was, right?
No, I didn't attend. I only attended State of Industry last evening.
Did you listen to it?
No, I didn't.
Must make some time to listen. It was very instructive, very good, especially the report by the input by the Chamber of Industry and Commerce and the Central Bank.
Okay.
So give it a listen. All of you out there, give it a listen.
I'll try to make time. Right now, I'm tied with all things carnival related. Calypso 10, writing songs, blah, blah, blah.
While I there, let me tell me piece.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a calypso that has a lot of Barbados thing in it, you know.
Okay.
I think it was one of the first that was released, if I'm not Nevis. I was in Barbados in 2016. Well, Carnival, or Capo as I call it. And that song was there.
What a thing.
Are you aware of it?
I haven't heard it.
Ask Jamster.
Do you call the name of the person?
I didn't call nobody's name. Person from Nevis.
Person from Nevis? Okay, I'm going to listen for it.
I think he's singing with Smarlax.
Smarlax don't have a tense.
Eh?
There are two calypso tents. There's Proud Sound and there's mine.
He's singing with the band.
With the band? Okay, then it's not a contender for the tents.
Has in a lot of Barbados
Okay.
lyrics.
Wow.
And even some of the tunes sound like that. I was in Barbados. I usually go up to the ophthalmologist to check my eyes.
Yep.
And I said, wait. Nobody ain't tell this gentleman that it's plagiarism. Do you all check out these songs?
Yes, we do. There's Echo. They're here, and they, as a matter of fact, for carnival-related events, you have to send your lyrics, the author of the song, etc., because they had some issues before. So once you enter in a competition, you have to.
I heard other songs, you know. I say, hello, excuse me. Nobody checking these lyrics and these is straight out of Barbados.
Well,
I don't know if it's the same writer.
we will see.
So ask Jamster.
Jamster?
He played the song.
Jamster play the song? All
yeah,
right,
Jamster will play it. The fella is from Nevis singing with, I think it's band.
Say probably singing with Smarlax, I have no idea. Anyway, we'll pay attention and ask Jamster to backtrack his playlist.
Let me hang up so those who want to call.
Jamster wants to know when was the last time you heard the song. Jamster wants to know if you can recall the last time you heard the song.
Sometime this week, man, the fella from Jamster said the fella from Nevis. I don't know if I'm the Coban or whatever.
I don't know. I've got to go, so I'll let him take it from there.
I've got to go myself.
Okay, my darling. Talk to you later. Goodbye.
The Sound 98.9.
Here are your Horseless Value Mart IGA specials for October 31st through November 13th. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. IGA or Essential Everyday Microwave Popcorn, just $7.99. Multi-meal cereals, just $17.99. Essential Everyday Dry Roasted Peanuts, $12.99. Essential Everyday Cranberry Juice Cocktails, just $8.99 each. Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheese, $7.99. Blue Bunny Ice Cream, just $22.99. And now, our very low weekly value deals. IGA or Essential Everyday Salad Dressings, $10.99 each. Duncan Hines Cake Mixes, $6.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Newless Pasta is just $5.99. Ensure, $8.99. Colgate Toothpaste, $7.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Get ready for 3 thrilling days of savings at Hostas Building and Eva Centers from Thursday, October 31st to Saturday, November 2nd. Enjoy an incredible 3 thrilling days of 25% off on all discountable items store-wide. Whether you're looking to tackle home improvement, upgrade your tools, or find perfect finishing touches, we've got it all at unbeatable prices. Join us for this limited time event and save big on everything you need to make your projects a reality. Hurry in. These deals will only last for 3 thrilling days. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Visit Hosford's Building and Neva Centers this Thursday to Saturday and let the savings begin.
So, Sister Sylvine Henry has us trying to find out which particular song she heard that reflects, and she said you played. So, I don't know. She said you don't want to play it and you made commentary on the same song, but we don't know. We got about 7 minutes to go before we close down shop today, so the lines are open, 662-0989. 466-0989. Let's hear what you have to say. It's another beautiful Friday, and some, thank God it's Friday and all kind of things. You have a call? I don't know. If you're talking small acts, you're talking probably soca. I don't know. We go to the phone lines, go to call you live on Voices.
Okay, Socrates, man. Good day, man. How are you, man?
Happy. Hey, what about you? Today's Petty. What's going on with you?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Let me try to juggle Jamster's memory a little bit. It was the artist that Jamster maybe had in the studio. He said he started with Ultrasonics. Jamster, you remember that song? I don't know if this is the song he's referring to. I'm searching for that song from Ultrasonics, man. It's a special type of calypso music that Jamster was talking about this week sometime, I think. And the person, he said, played in small
He's scratching his head.
Another band as well.
Well, she said it sounded like one from Barbados. She had years ago.
Okay. All right, man. Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, thanks for the insight. Jams is still puzzled trying to find out that particular song. He's here something done by Ultrasonic. Searching for, and she says she heard it in Barbados years ago, so that happens.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the artist he's referring to. I know Jamster was talking about that type of calypso. That person, that artist, he started like a type of a new genre of calypso.
He say he's recognized.
It's some type of that ultrasonic music. It's some type of the ultrasonic band. The music that be playing is some type of music. It's a twist on the calypso.
Okay.
And the artist, he said, played in not just Ultrasonics alone, but he went on to Small Axe and another band. I think he was there.
So she knows she's talking
about.
All
right, thanks, man. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks for the, because it seems that she knows what she's talking about. Much appreciated. Interesting. We just lost a call also. No problem. We got about 5 minutes and we're still taking calls from the public. 66. All right, Sister Henry, if you're listening, Jamson says a call. He's going to play samples of the 3 songs he has in mind and see which of the 3 will be the one that you're referring to. Okay?
Jump in the band and I get all mad in the rhythm section. Steel pan bass man come as one in the rhythm section. Bandsman say we are set it off in the rhythm section. See the girls them come and wind them waist in the rhythm section. Grab your steel and jam. Grab your pan and jam. Grab your cup and jam. Ram ba bam bam, ram ba bam badam bam badam bam jam. Grab your cup and jam. Grab your steel and jam. Grab your pan and ram badam badam bam badam bam. Carnival nights under the stars, laughter and love, hearts filled with scars. Masquerade masks, hidden faces, lost in the rhythm in the sacred places. Steel band fill the air, soca beat everywhere. Don't just come and stare. Bring a bottle of our pan in here. Right now we're in the rhythm section, and we are dance like we win election. Juke them on in modern form. A celebration we come home. Originally, Carnival from Bearers. Sink is Nivis, Carnival from Bearers. Sink is Carnival, Carnival from Bearers. Dance on the stage, jump on the stage, wave on the stage, run past the stage. I see love on the stage, my people on the stage, sugar mass on the stage, Carnival on the stage, energy on the stage.
Call.
Move past the stage,
Through the phone lines.
wave your flags on the stage, Carnival.
Good afternoon, caller. You're live on Voices.
Oh, he dropped out. It dropped off.
Let me
But-
give you this
yeah.
item. I have somebody sent me an item. I want to address it before we close. It's an aerial view of the platform, the viewing platform down at Black Rocks. They're making comparisons, and they said, and I agree with them, look at how tastefully the enhancements were made at Black Rocks. While respecting the natural environment and celebrating our culture, that's what happens when people are willing to consult and collaborate. I did make mention of the fact that I was invited to join you last evening, but I had a pre-booked engagement which I had to attend, and I did apologize to you in person about not being able to make it, even though I didn't commit myself. I did write an article on the same matter pertaining to the viewing platform at Timothy Hill. I want to end with a joke. One of our other taxi operators died recently. He operated up at Timothy Hill, Scooby-Doo. You didn't know that? I think he was buried last Thursday. So another taxi operator who thinks he's funny says he's going to take a reach up to Timothy Hill, late on the viewing platform, and call it Scooby-Doo Grave. No. He wants to get a reach to take it up because Scooby-Doo operated his tent next to it. I mean, the business is still ongoing, but he was hospitalized for some time. The Big C, and he passed. I think last Monday, I think was his funeral. But this person thinks it best to say he's going to go and buy a wreath, take it up to Timothy Hill, lay it on the viewing platform, and call it Scooby-Doo's grave. Because he thought when he was being constructed first, he thought it was Scooby-Doo's tomb. We find humor here and there. But once again, to read, look at how tastefully the enhancement were made at Black Rocks while respecting the natural environment and celebrating our culture. That's what happens when people are willing to consult and collaborate. Is your column line? Okay, we are at the time of the day when we must adieu to our viewers and listeners, and especially Tobacco Sugar. She knows she is there. It's been the most wonderful presentation today, and we want to invite our viewers and listeners once again to join us on Monday for another presentation on Voices. Remember, you're locked on to Win FM 98.9. Jamster at the controls. Most wonderful. Next time. Right?
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.